In the fiscal year of 2021, Rio Grande Valley had the highest number of migrant encounters at the border. This week, U.S. Representative August Pfluger paid a visit to the same location to see how the issue has progressed. Aaron Hunter has the story in tonight's News Connection.
The border crisis continues down in South Texas, and Congressman August Pfluger paid a visit to border town Rio Grande Valley to learn more about the issues from a humanitarian standpoint.
This is not a political issue. This should not be a partisan issue.
During his visit, he also spoke to Border Patrol agents about what they see on a daily basis. He says Americans need to be aware of what's happening at the border, telling us if this were to happen in their communities, they would be outraged.
As we went through these facilities, and I talked to migrants, and I literally saw the fear in their eyes of the journey that they had just been on, and knowing that they are basically entering indentured servitude. At the end of that visit, I saw a thug who was, a 6'2", 230-pound, apparently convicted felon from Mexico that was living illegally in McAllen, had been previously arrested, previously convicted. And on the top of his hand, he had a tattoo. And I could see what the tattoo was. It was a crushed skull, or a skull being crushed. And so I asked the Border Patrol agents, I said, what is the significance of that tattoo? And they said, this is a punisher. He is responsible for upholding the rules and the laws, quote unquote, laws of the cartels.
He also learned that drug crimes are evolving as cartels find new ways for distribution.
They are literally flying the drones above the border wall or wherever they need to, dropping off several ounces of fentanyl pills and then distributing them with illegal immigrants throughout the United States. So it is absolutely impacting our community.
So we spoke with Tom Green County Sheriff Nick Hanna to see how the influx of migration is affecting us right here.
One of the problems that we're seeing already is a lot of our jails are really full, and some of the jails on the border, they don't have room for their inmates, and so they are contracting with counties in our area, and so that's one way it is affecting us now.
In total, there have been 23 migrants arrested in Tom Green, although those were custom-related holds rather than violent crimes.
The fact that we're not feeling the immediate impact of it does not make it a lesser concern for us here in not only our community but the sheriff's office and our law enforcement community. So our fingers on the pulse of the border, and hopefully we're doing things that are going to help us keep our citizens safe.
Pfluger says he will continue to hold the federal government responsible for the security and protection of the borders. For News Connection, I'm Aaron Hunter.